Hello and good morning or good evening or good night, depending where you are right now. Today I'm going to do hopefully a quick get ready with me, but I doubt it's going to be that quick as far as I know how much I like to talk, but I try. This is also a challenge for me because I'm going to use as much stick products as I just can. There is only few exceptions like mascara and eye primer and possibly who thinks these kind of creamy eyeliners gels, is it stick or not. But still cream products for sure, no liquids this time at all. And also I'm going to test out these new cream eyeshadows from Clarins. I did a review of these. I have already posted it, so I will link it down if you're interested to see all the swatches and more deeper thoughts about these. But I'm going to use those today as well because I'm so far loving these, just a spoiler. I'm going to use today this Miracle Step lip scrub from Max Factor. And then on face I usually use some kind of primers. I first thought that I would use this vitamin enriched face base from Bobbi Brown, but actually I want to, my skin is so dry today, so I'm going to use this moisturizing stick from Kora Organics. This is kind of, I would say, oil in a stick formula. It has the same scent as Kora Organic skincare products, so if you don't like it, you want to avoid this because the scent is quite heavy. And under eye I'm using this Becca brightening, what is this, Anti-Fatigue under eye primer. There is a little bit of cooling sensation, so it's a little bit, so that's actually the reason why you don't want to get it into your eyes, because it will kind of sting a little bit. I'm going to do next week video of makeup, how it changes or your skin changes when you get from your 30s to your 40s, and I'm going to talk more about this hydration thing in that one. So now is the time, if you are not yet subscribed, pause this video, subscribe, because you will forget to do that at the end of the video, and then you will be sorry that you missed the 30s to 40s video, for example. So do it now. I don't have any pore filling primer in a stick formula, so I'm testing out this Nudestix, how much it will work as a primer, because it for sure didn't work for me as a kind of foundation thing. It just didn't look good. I did get a request from one of you subscribers for me to talk about more of how I did get into makeup and what my preferences have been, and it's actually quite funny stories, because you might already know that I'm over 40 now. I'm going to be 42 in 2 weeks, and I haven't been so much into makeup until maybe 10 years now. When I was young, I lived in a small kind of village. There was around 6,000 people, and there was a bigger town next to us, but I wasn't allowed to go there alone. Only I think I was 10, 11. But anyway, we didn't use makeup to tell the short. So there was those popular girls who did use makeup, and then there was us average girls who didn't use any makeup. I think I purchased my first makeup products, I think I was maybe 12 or something like that. It was brand Anytime. It was this cheap line for teens, and during that time when I was young, it was 80s, and the most popular color was this kind of shocking blue, this vibrant electrical blue, something like this one. So my first makeup products I ever bought was a mascara and I think eyeliner with that color. And I was like 13, and that's it. I didn't get any foundation, maybe some kind of concealer stick. During that time, at least I don't remember, but it can be that there wasn't any concealer liquid ones. All of those were like sticks, very dry, and most of those were just targeted for covering pimples. So the idea of covering your under eyes, I just didn't know a concept of that. Of course, I was young, I didn't even need to do that, but anyway. And I didn't use foundations, and during that time, I don't know why I didn't get so much into foundations. Maybe it was too scary, it was too like messy and high maintenance. For years and years and years, until I was 30, I used these powder foundations. And I think those are still quite popular in Finland. I think more so than in other countries. We have this Finnish brand Lumene, and their powder foundation I think is still very, very popular. So, and that's quite strange because most of us Finns suffer with dry skin because of our weather. And powder formula is the worst you can use, so I don't know why it's like that. But for years I only used the powder foundation dry, so it was basically a powder, so basically no makeup at all. I did get more interested about makeup when I was studying. It was late 90s then. I got more interested about eyeshadows and lipsticks, but still not yet foundation or any kind of, I didn't even know that highlighters exist during that time. So I usually just used my powder foundation and started doing a little bit of more eyeshadow and use a bit more of lipstick. And my friends also, they didn't use that much makeup, so that's also why I didn't start. But I got increasingly interested of makeup, and I remember many times I saw advertisements of makeup schools. These we have these schools that last for 6 months, and you get the qualification for professional makeup artist. And I saw those, and for years I thought that this is cool, this is something I want to do. By the way, this Nudestix works really well as a primer on my pores. It doesn't take those away, nothing does, but it's looking good. So concealer, do I have? Yes, I have. So for years I was thinking about going to study about makeup, and still at that point I didn't actually know much about makeup. I was just interested. But then years later I realized one spring that, it was autumn, that I had an opportunity. I was just finishing one job and I didn't know what to do, and for some reason I had the money to go to that private school, so I ended up to going that private school for 6 months. So I studied this kind of beauty makeup and also theatrical makeup and special effects and that kind of thing. And during that time, even though I was studying, I didn't understand so much about makeup. So only after that, when I've been slowly learning more about makeup in YouTube, watching reviews, and during that makeup school, for example, I didn't have any idea. It was 2009, and during that time I didn't even kind of know that there is a YouTube, for example. So I didn't watch those videos. I started watching YouTube maybe 3 years ago, and then I realized like, oh, there is so much brands I've never heard. Like in Finland you have Maybelline and L'Oreal and a few brands, and during that time we didn't have NYX or we didn't have Urban Decay, and after that there's lots been going on. So I realized that there's so much more in makeup than I never knew about, and that was the turning point. I really got interested of what is there and what I have, and I wanted to try and test new formulas and different kind of brands and techniques and everything. And now I've been posting. I started with Instagram. I think it was 1.5 years ago. I started posting my own like flat lays first, and then I changed the style a little bit to other kind of pictures, and I've been loving that. And then during that time I was thinking about having my own YouTube channel, but it took me 2 years to really have the courage at first, and then also kind of have the confidence of the thinking that I have something to say about makeup. I'm that kind of person. I don't want to do videos just because of doing videos, or I don't want to do videos for the sake of getting famous or anything like that. That doesn't mean so much to me. The reason why I have this video is that I hope that I can give inspiration and tips and tricks and kind of ideas to find your way to make makeup or do your makeup. Because I believe that there is no such thing as right way. For me, the right way is if someone asked, and quite many has asked, if I'm using the eyeshadow primer now, which is not basically stick, but I don't have stick formula. Quite many ask that what's the right kind of makeup, what kind of makeup I should wear. And I always answer that you should wear the makeup that makes you feel good and is something that you're comfortable doing in the morning or when you are going to special events. So there's no point for me to show or teach someone a makeup routine that takes 15 minutes if that person is actually willing to spend 5 minutes of his or her time in the morning for makeup. So then I give tips for makeup you can do in 5 minutes, and that's the right kind of makeup for that person. So there is no such thing as right kind of. But I really love testing different kind of products, and as I have quite a lot of difficulties with my skin as well, I get a lot of compliments of my skin, that people say that, oh, you have such a great skin, and actually I have quite a lot of things going on, like as you saw, I have redness in pretty much everywhere, and only my cheeks are quite okay, and I have huge pores on my nose and my T-zone. I have massive pigmentations in my forehead, on both sides of my nose. I used to have the mustache pigmentation, but luckily I got rid of that. That wasn't my favorite. I get eczema, I have allergies, so sometimes my skin is not so pretty. My cheeks are really dry sometimes, and sometimes my chin is very flaky. I have quite oily nose, so I have pretty much everything there is. Kind of acne scars are maybe the only thing I don't have. I have red veins next to my nose. I have hooded eyes. Brows are good. They don't cause me any problems, but there's a lot of going on, so I just want to show people that it doesn't matter what you have, what kind of your skin is, there is always ways and products to make you feel better and make you shine the way you want to, not the way you think that people are expecting you to look, but to look as you really want to, as you are. So also it's funny thing that quite many ask me that do I notice people's makeup when I'm in the buses and trams and going around, or someone might ask that did I notice that their eyeliner wasn't good today, and like, no, I have way much more things in my life than checking out other people's makeup, so that's that's not something I do. Of course, if I see someone has a beautiful makeup, of course I notice it, as would anyone in this world. So that's not something I think I as a makeup artist especially notice. So don't worry. But I love it when someone asks me recommendations or tips. That's something I love the most. My dream is that my channel would be kind of not holy grail of tips and tricks, but I want that my subscribers and anyone would feel comfortable of asking recommendation or requests for videos for specific things like hooded eyes or pigmentation or whatever the issue is, because it's something I love. It's just something I love to do, and I wish I had someone when I was younger, so I just didn't know anyone who would kind of be that kind of makeup auntie, giving great recommendations, and not kind of recommendations that this is. I never give recommendations just because someone has sent me a product, or it's fashionable or expensive or something like that. So I want, my ultimate channel is to give recommendations that are best for that person. So that is definitely my kind of dream and goal with this channel. I'm very comfortable giving recommendations. For example, for some people this very expensive palette is great one, but I wouldn't recommend it for everybody because it would be waste for some people. I know they wouldn't use it and they wouldn't get the value, or they wouldn't be able to kind of appreciate the style they get because it's different than their styles. So there is other products as well for people who have different styles. So that's pretty much my goal with this channel. By the way, I'm going to link all these products below because there's quite a lot of going on. Then these eyeshadows, I have tried this now for a few times, as I have not that long as usually, but still a bit long nails. I do use these with brush, but you will get a more even application, or at least a more easier application with your fingers. I haven't been using cream eyeshadows before, so I was overly excited when I saw this, and this is a purple something, Purple Rain, but this for me looks more like burgundy red, both in this jar and also in eyes, so I don't know why there is that kind of name. I'm adding a little bit of black now, and I noticed, I knew that this black is very, very pigmented and very, very black, but it's still surprised me. It's really it's really, really black. I was about to make a hot mess with this eye makeup with that black, but I think I can save it. I just need to blend a little bit more with the purple shade. I'm not happy about that blending though. It's not the fault of these shadows, it's the fault of my overexcitement with the color black. I'm going to use just regular mascara as I don't have cake mascara. What have we left? Lips. I have two shades. Let's go for the bit more nude one. These are targeted to older women. I am older. So here we are. Have I forgotten something? I usually forget something. Yes. The thing I always forget, because I didn't do this only, I started doing this only a few years back, and this is the inner eyeline. So I link all these products below. I think I mentioned it, but again, and if you didn't subscribe in the beginning, now is your second chance. I always believe in second chances, so please subscribe and you will get a notification if you ring those bells. You know how the drill goes, and there will be that for 30s to 40s video next week, which I promised. And if you have any requests for video contents, you have any request for specific techniques or products or concerns or anything, please leave those comments. You can reach me here in comment section, and also in Instagram Merit of Beauty, and also in Twitter Merit of Beauty. You can find me. I have also webpage meritofbeauty.com. Surprisingly, there is some kind of contacts as well, so you can reach me if you want to. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, I wouldn't know. And now I wish you have a great day and see you next time. Bye bye.